so you know.
Very lovely. That was a nice way to start. Thank you, Austin and Corey. Thank you. And welcome, everyone, on this nice, sunny-ish Sunday. Yeah, so good to see everyone. I think I sound pretty loud, don't I? Great. And welcome to those watching virtually. So glad that you can be here with us. And to open our service, we're going to start with our song. I don't have my songbook. Okay, and for the prayer of the children of love, by our beloved Corey Williams. So if you're able, please stand.
Father, Mother, God, your kingdom come, your holy will be wholly done. Spirit, source of love, your children sing, flow through us now in everything, every day, in every way. Our prayer is this: everywhere, let love be there, and so it is. Father, Mother, God, your kingdom come, your holy will be wholly done. Spirit, source of love, your children sing, flow through us now in everything. Father, Mother, God, your children pray, be love in us in every way.
Ooh, that sounded so good. Thank you. And before we do our meditation, I'd like to draw your attention to your packet that you have on your chair, and make sure that you fill out on the back of your connection card any prayer requests that you may have, and later on we'll have time in our service. And also, if you're newer or if you have any change of information, just add that to the front of the card, so you can get just the events going on for fellowship. And there is a pencil in there, so if you want to add any names, events, anything that later we can spend that little extra time in prayer. And then let's begin our meditation by taking a few nice, slow, low, deep breaths. Maybe closing your eyes or softening your gaze. Whatever works best for you to go inward. Slow breaths. They can be from the back of your mouth or through your nose, whatever feels best right now in this moment. We'll allow ourselves to arrive, feeling your feet gently pressing into the ground. Feel the whole shape of the foot. Really helps us to feel grounded. And then notice as we gently press into the feet, think about lengthening through the spine. This nice, tall, and open, yet not rigid position in that spine. It's a position of we're alert, we're awake, and not tense. So by using our breath, that really helps to relax our body, especially on our out breaths. You can lengthen that exhale that just calms the nervous system. So if you're feeling still a little bit hurried or anxious or stressed, it's just really think of extending that out breath. Nice slow in, and that nice long exhale. And feeling your body supported by the chair, if you're sitting on top of the sit bones. The earth supports us with our feet. And just noticing the breath moving through you. This beautiful dance, this flow of life itself. And as we gather here today in this sacred, loving fellowship community, taking the moment to pause, to turn inward and open up our hearts. And again, releasing any struggle or worry that you may have walked in with. Let's set an intention that this space be one of connection, of clarity, inner peace and love. And may each of us receive what we need. And may we remember the light within us and all around us. And just continuing, maybe let's do 3 more breath cycles before we come back to this space. And then 1 more deeper breath. And moving your body, gentle shake, gentle movement, feeling the feet and fingers as you gently come back. And it is my pleasure to introduce our own very special, wonderful performer, Austin Hoffman. A big hand of applause.
Good afternoon. So I heard the theme today was something related to forgiveness, so I was scouring through my old songs trying to find something that fit, and I came across a very old one. I wrote this back in college. And it was at a time when I was needing forgiveness because the thing that I love the most sometimes comes between me and the other things that I love. And so my music is one of the things that I love the most, but sometimes it got in the way. so I had to naturally write a song about it. Standing on the stage alone, sucking on this microphone, waiting for salvation to come. I'm bowing to the Lord, a melody and chords, and I wonder why it's not enough. I let it come between us, and lately haven't seen us talking the way we did. I published the inside of me, and He forgave me in spite of me, and I'm thankful that she did. 'Cause this six-stringed Satan became my God, and you might think it odd that my greatest gift was my downfall. I can't live by music alone, though once I thought I would. So if you think you could forgive me again, staying up on my own, trying to write another song, oblivious to everything else. I preferred my melodies to the friendship that you offered me, and I haven't forgiven myself for ignoring the reality of the obvious causality of putting my music first above my papers and pens and all of my friends. And no, that's not the worst, 'cause this six-stringed Satan became a God, and you might think it odd that my greatest gift was my downfall. 'Cause I can't live by music alone, though once I thought I would. So if you think you could forgive me, the six-stringed Satan became my God, and you might think it odd that my greatest gift was my downfall. But I can't live by music alone, though once I thought I would. So if you think you could forgive me again.
Thank you, Austin. Wonderful. Thank you, thank you. That was just so lovely. And it's time to stand, if you're able, for fellowship song. And this is on page 11, Forgiveness Offers Everything. And then we're going to stay standing afterwards for a greeting, a hug, or a namaste greeting, whatever is best for you.
Forgiveness offers everything I want. Today I have accepted this as true. Today I have received the gift of God. Forgiveness offers everything. Forgiveness offers everything. Forgiveness is the key to happiness. My mind holds only what I think with God. I thank my Father for His gifts to me. Let me remember I am one with God. Forgiveness offers everything. Forgiveness offers everything. Forgiveness is the key to happiness. My My mind holds only what I think with God. In quiet I receive God's word today. All that I give is given to myself. Forgiveness offers everything. Forgiveness offers everything. Forgiveness is the key to happiness.
Our hugs and handshakes. Oh, that's got to be the best part of our service. One of the many wonderful parts of our service. And big hugs to you watching virtually. And now it is my pleasure, as always, to introduce our spiritual director, our Reverend Mary Sabaj, who always shares so many wonderful messages with us. So let's have a big hand for Reverend Mary.
Thank you, Julie. Hello, everybody.
Hello, Mary.
One thing I wanted to mention before I get started is maybe some of you saw it on Facebook, but remember many of us were following the monks who were walking for peace. And I saw this last week that the monk who lost his leg in that accident took his first steps this week with a new prosthetic leg. So that was really wonderful. And he just had the biggest smile, the biggest beaming smile on his face. Yeah. Well, we are in quite a week this week. About a little over a week ago, we had our spring equinox. Today is Palm Sunday, and we're in Christian Holy Week, culminating with Easter this next Sunday. We also would begin Passover on April 1st. And all of this in this week, condensed in this week, are really powerful reminders that we are passing from our ego into our higher spiritual awareness. And it gives us pause to step back, assess, and make a new choice from love. But generally, ding, generally it's our first course of action to fix everything from our small ego selves. And we see this in our own lives and the lives of our friends and family and in our country and on the world stage right now. And we know a couple things about these ego fixes. First, they don't work. We end up feeling left out, depressed, frustrated, hopeless, resentful, angry, and often vengeful, which are not good places to be. Or they can appear to work, and we feel comforted and better, maybe good, maybe even great. But it doesn't last because things are always changing in this external human existence. And so we cycle back into needing another fix, another resolution, and we turn to ego. I started visualizing this hand gesture that I'm going to share with you. And I was thinking from the moment that we entered this planet as babies, as newborn babies, we begin a life filled with coming together in closeness and relationship and love and pulling apart and restriction. Over and over and over again. And when you think about just in a day's time, how often this happens with ourselves, with others, and when we're in the state of openness and closeness, which is this lovely gesture, we're in kindness and comfort, loving relationship, repair and healing, and then we pull away, or something pushes us away. Maybe we're treated cruelly. Maybe we've treated others cruelly. Maybe we're pushing love away, love's pushing us away, or someone's pushing us away. We're breaking something that was whole and now it's broken. And it can be anything from just the slightest sting of offense to complete devastation and loss and grief. Just this coming together and pulling apart. And all the degrees of that, from like that tiniest little bit of ouch to falling apart in devastation. This close closeness and contraction. So this is our experience at the human level. This is humans being, having a human experience. But we are spiritual beings. And as a spiritual being, we have an awareness, an awakenedness to who we truly are. Yet often we slide into those, we get pulled back into those ego fixes until we're at our wits' end, until we're at the end of our road. We're exhausted. We've exhausted all of our mental resources and all of our possibilities. So a group of us have been reviewing A Course in Miracles, and I'm sure that that's where a lot of it was a catalyst for today's talk. But I was presented with this question, just in my mind. What is our most important work on this planet? And A Course in Miracles offers us two very direct and simple answers to that question. It tells us that God is the strength in which I trust. And I love this phrase, this sentence. If you are trusting in your own strength, you have every reason to be apprehensive, anxious, and fearful. Every reason. I am sustained by the love of God. And the next sentence is, here is the answer to every problem that will ever confront you. Just that. Think about that. One sentence. I am sustained by the love of God. And the whole of A Course in Miracles, and really the New Testament, reminds us who we truly are over and over again, and asks us to remember that and find ways of sustaining the memory of that. We are the light of the world. Love is the substance of what we are, the material from which we are made. And the light of love expresses through us. And this is not just an intellectual idea, although we can turn it into that. It's an experiential one. If we are created in the likeness of our Creator, then each of us are pure love itself. And this is already true. We've said this many times. We don't have to do anything to go after it, to achieve it, to gain it. It's already true, regardless of how our human experience may contradict this. And it often does. At this most spiritual and deep, broad, spacious level of being, we cannot suffer, experience loss, or die. Now, the Course doesn't ask us to deny our human experiences. Instead, we're asked to recognize that the self that suffers and dies is not the whole of who we are. We do experience those things, but it is not all of who we are. The temporary human identification versus the self with a large capital S that love created, that's the distinction that's being made. I have to say, I was working on this week, and I was so grateful to receive this message, and so really eager and excited to share it with you. Earlier today, I was literally just buzzing. I was so excited to share this. So what does it mean to be created by love and be love at this deepest level of being? It means that we embody the qualities that define love, love with a capital L, this overarching, call it God, call it creative intelligence, whatever word you want to use. And its wholeness, extension and expansion, and the inability to be diminished by giving. There are no conditions, and there is no time. Loss requires that something genuinely separate from us is taken away. And death requires an end to what love has made, and that's not possible. In the Bible, and again in the Course of Miracles, Jesus tells us that you are not asked to deny that we experience something on the human level. What it does ask us to do is question the identity of the one being affected and the interpretation that is being made by this affected one. If I am truly love, the part of me feeling threatened is the self-concept, the constructed layer reacting, definitely not the real me. What is seen by love is most certainly different from the way our ego selves see anything. So the question becomes, what would I see if I'm looking at this person, at this situation, with the eyes of my Creator, with love, rather than my human history? What would I be seeing? And the practice is living from this knowing while experiencing being human. It continuously requires us to return to a truer reference point. And each time ego pulls us into the small self-concept of events so that we can choose and choose and choose again. We have each and every holy instant to make a different choice and return to love. A Course in Miracles also talks about our function. And our function, it tells us, Jesus tells us, is forgiveness. Last week, Matt Blayton gave us a lovely talk about forgiveness and grievances and holding on to those things that sting and upset us. And so I want to return to this gesture again where we're coming together in closeness and then pulling apart in constriction and constraint. And each of those times, an opportunity to forgive. The human experience of forgiveness is that someone wrongs us, we feel wronged and harmed. Somehow we manage to forgive that person, that situation, and then we feel better. And maybe the other person feels better, but maybe they aren't even aware that we've forgiven them, but we feel better. That's the best case scenario. We feel relief, and that ceases to take up space in our human brains and in our bodies, and all that is good. But here's the big distinction and what is so exciting. True forgiveness is so far beyond, so much more than little self-forgiveness. To genuinely forgive, we withdraw our projections from another and see them as they truly are. Children of God, loving divine beings. And in that moment, we are healed and we are participating in something so huge and so important, the healing of the one mind, the healing of the collective consciousness. It is a miracle. It's a miracle. Something extraordinary and incredible. Forgiveness sends something into the shared field that was not there before, and it changes everything. I can just picture the whole universe just turning on its axis when one person genuinely forgives. The light of the world brings peace to every mind through you. That's another direct lesson in A Course in Miracles. Not just your mind, not just one or two. Every mind. Every mind. In truth, there is no separation between minds, including what moves through them. I had an example of the way our ego can just kind of jerk us around in the ups and downs of watching what's going on in our external world. I have tickets to go see my daughter at the end of April in San Diego, and I'm watching what's going on at the airports and all the lines, these crazy lines, especially in San Diego. And then I heard, they're getting it solved. The Senate passed the bill to pay TSA. And I'm like, and then, nope. That didn't work. So I'm like, okay. So here's that close, and then contraction, and then the closeness again. And an executive order is going to be signed to pay those people. And it's just, we're watching the outside world, and just, if we allow it, we can just go. It's this up and down, and it just takes our emotions on a roller coaster. In all of the books in the New Testament, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, all include some version of all things are possible with God. Some version of that. And A Course in Miracles tells us, I am sustained by the light of God. God is the strength in which I trust. So this important function, we, from our true nature, from the truth of who we really are, love itself, and our function in this world to forgive and heal the world and the collective consciousness. This is not just something that's left over to fall back on when everything else fails and we've tried everything humanly possible. Have you ever said that to yourself or heard other people say that? I've tried everything humanly possible and it's just not working. Well, I think we can figure out why. Because our work, if we hear ourselves saying that, then we know what our work is. Then we are depending on this small self, this ego self, to help us through something, to help us achieve something, to help us heal something, when we have access to love itself. It is who we are. So you've heard me tell this story many times, but it is the most powerful example in my life, and that was my mother in her last few days. I was sitting in the hospital room, she was, laying, probably had eyes closed, and I'm looking at her and I remember thinking to myself, I have tried everything humanly possible. I don't know what to do now. I really didn't. I was at my wit's end. And it just felt like I'm like, I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do next. I want to do the best for her. I want her to be comfortable, but I do not know what comes next. And within 1 hour of me saying that out loud, a woman came in and said, we have an appointment with you with a nurse this afternoon. And I went, I sat there, and this lovely divine being said to me, the doctor believes that your mother really belongs in hospice at this point. And I remember just bursting into tears. And the tears were thank you, relief to the core of my being. Not that I wanted my mother, to leave me, but I didn't know what to do, and I wasn't able to get there from my ego self, from my little self. I couldn't get there. But here was somebody offering this to me, like a divine offering. But we need to remember that this isn't just something that shows up once in a while. This is where we reside. This is what we embody and what we carry with us always. We should start there. We should wake up every morning and remember that, and go to bed every night remembering this. And I just want you to take a moment to think about this next statement. We have the capacity, each one of us, to heal ourselves and the world simultaneously. To see with love's eyes, God's eyes. To send love into the shared field of one mind and heal. Be a healing force. So I want to ask you to just do a little reflection, if you would. If you could find a partner, that would be helpful. So just, maybe it's 3 of you, maybe it's 2 of you. And we're just going to go within first, but know who your partner is. Find a partner. You can do it. So we're just going to instruct our ego right now to just go sit down somewhere over there and allow, and we're going to make a choice to live from our true nature and align with the strength and the love of God. So let's just close our eyes, or if that's comfortable for you, take some more deep breaths. And now just reminded of this amazing, amazing capacity that we have. Open your heart. Just allow it to just open wide and fill up with the light of the world, the love of the world. Just fill right up until you're bursting. Allow yourself to feel and know that this is truly who you are. The instrument of love in this world. And now I just invite you to open your eyes again and turn to your partner and see them with God's eyes. See them as divine beings of love. From the very core of you, from the very core of your being, love. And how does that feel? Seeing and being seen by love itself. This is who we are. Always and forever. Seeing with these eyes is our gift and a blessing that we give to ourselves and to each other. And I'm looking at all of you with eyes of love. So what is our most important work? Right up front. The awareness in our minds and hearts that I am the light of the world. Remembering and living from who we truly are. And number 2, forgiving from that love. Not from our little human selves, but from this big, vast, unlimited love of God. With no expectations and no conditions whatsoever. From our holiness, our divinity, from our unity with God, with love. This is our divine power that we carry with us always. Thank you.
That was so wonderful. Thank you, Mary. Oh, beautiful. What a wonderful way to see each other. And we are taught in A Course in Miracles that giving and receiving are one in truth. And every one of us in our community benefits from your generosity. And these wonderful services, these wonderful messages that we hear are all possible based on all your generous donations. So thank you so much. It really does support the work that we do here at the Fellowship. And then as the basket comes around, please hold your tithes and gifts in consciousness as we sing together. I am grateful. And remember your prayer card to put that in the basket when John and Nancy send the basket back and forth.
Grateful, I am grateful. 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 Grateful, I am grateful.
Thank you. And please join me as we bless our offerings and affirm our abundance by reading together the blessing on the front of your bulletin. We'll read together. The light of divine love shines eternally, blessing and multiplying our tithes and offerings. I joyously give, knowing I always have enough to share and to spare. Good. And we're just going to take another minute to go within, perhaps soften your gaze or close your eyes and just take a moment to think of all the names, maybe the concerns, events, situations that you have listed here on your prayer cards. Let's send love. Let's send our deep care to all of those listed. And let all know and feel this deep love and care that we are extending. Let them feel this in every cell of their bodies, to all situations, and also to know without a doubt that they are, as Reverend Mary said, beloved, divine children of love, of God. Never alone, and always carried in the heart of God. And so it is. Okay, and now another song for our wonderful Austin. And please, another round of applause.
This next song is one that follows a similar theme. While the first one was much centered only on myself, next one talks a little bit more about similarly looking for that forgiveness, but finding that in a group of others, whether that's in a church, in a band. It's called Everyone Here Knows the Music.
Everybody's got their vices, Lord only knows I got mine. Some wear them proudly, wave them around and pretend that everything's fine. No, no, not me. I try to bury every hint of my vice deep inside. And if not for the grace of others, one by one my friendships would have died. But there's a place I go where I feel at home, where the music soothes my soul. This band of misfit angels keeps looking after me. We ain't a church, but it's church enough for me. For me, for me, it's church enough for me. Everybody's got their vices, Lord only knows I got mine. When work weighs heavy and deadlines loom, I hold up, become paralyzed. Yes, yes, it's true, and no, it's not about you. I just hide from the world, I just hide. And if not for the grace of others, one by one those friendships would have died. 'Cause there's some folks I know with whom I feel at home, and their music soothes my soul. This band of misfit angels keeps looking after me. We ain't a church, though it's church enough for me. For me, for me, church enough for me. Everyone understands harmony, and everyone here of this knows the ducat, knows the blues. Everyone's composing, no one needs transposing, no one needs reminded of their cues. Everyone wants to sing harmony, and no one lets you get stuck in the blues. No one lets you get stuck in the blues. 'Cause everyone here knows the music. Everyone here has paid their dues. Everyone understands harmony, and everyone here has known the blues. Everyone's composing, no one needs transposing, no one needs reminded of their cues. Everyone wants to sing harmony, and no one lets you get stuck in the blues. No one lets you get stuck in the blues.
So in some ways that song is kind of a love song to my band for getting me through the times. And before you all think I'm some heathen, don't like church, I grew up in the church, I'm a PK, and I met my 3 band members at different churches.
Thank you. Austin, thank you. Oh, and just a few announcements. And today is our potluck, so I'm sure everyone can smell it. Goodness, it smells fabulous. So please stay and join. And I'd say Waldemar Walk is April 5th at 12:30 with Reverend Sue Quinn. We have Death Cafe April 18th at 2 o'clock. And that's held every 3rd Saturday. That's right here. So if you ever want to come, that would be great. Healing Movements, that's a gentle yoga class, is here at 4. So I'd love for you to come join us.
On Mondays.
On Mondays, yeah. Tomorrow. And then we have the Wednesday Course in Miracle group that meets every Wednesday at 6:30 right here with Reverend Mary. And then we have one coming up this Saturday, April 4th. So would love for you to come. Right now we're meeting once a month. Love to try to get that a little more often, but please feel free. You can just drop in, even if you haven't been before.
2 p.m.? 2 p.m. for Course in Miracles?
Yes, yeah, 2. Not 2 a.m. And thank you, everyone, for another wonderful service, and I love all the forgiveness. Oh, my goodness, that's just so valuable. And thank you so much, Austin, for being here, for Corey, for all of this wonderful music, and for Bill for helping out on camera. So, and again, please stay for our potluck. And if you're able, come join us, and join us too. If you're watching virtually, we'll have our peace circle, and we'll have our closing blessings. So come join our circle.
Did you see Sue on there? Did you see Sue? No.
Rose and Robin.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God